Galeon is built off the huge success they had with the 485 and made this 425 HTS. I'm going to go over the operational features and put it through a performance evaluation. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll start with taking a look at the engine compartment, which can be accessed from two ways. First is in the center of the aft deck leading down into the storage area. Second is to the side of the aft deck leading to the side of the engines. Of course, the focal point in the engine room being the twin VOLVO PENTA IPS 500 engines at 380 horsepower each. Because it's pod drives, the pods are directly connected to the engine, so there's no need for jack shafts. There's an 8 kW generator, and fuel tanks are to both sides. The shore power cord is under the stairs on the starboard side, and it's on an electric cord reel. To the side, there's a 10-inch cleat mounted on stainless steel, 12-inch grab handle leading us to the side deck. Right at the beginning, the bulwarks start at 12 inches, the rail comes up to 22 inches and increases as we move forward. 14-inch wide side decks, and I'm also happy to see nice grab handles on the side of the house going all the way forward. Nice curve to them as well. This spot right here, usually I see this as always just a sharp rectangular piece of metal. Here it's round, so if your hand happens to go into it, it's not going to kill you. But nice job on the rails. There's a midship cleat, I like seeing that. Moving forward, opening gate to both sides. Yet another cleat, and then the ground tackle. Underneath the hatch, quick windlass, cleat for securing the anchor. It's an all-chain rode, delta plow anchor on a roller that's recessed into the tow rail. Hatch is not finished on the underside, turn and lock latch. It's a remote control spotlight right alongside, and the remote control is a separate handheld remote control. It's not on the dash. I'd rather see something on the dash because I'm not going to lose it. Just inside the door to the salon, there's a fire extinguisher, the emergency stop, tank gauge, and tank controls. Now let's take a look at the helm. Features start with a soft touch dash. There's a compass right on top and centered in the console rather than in line with the helm. Electronics start with the autopilot, 7-inch VOLVO PENTA display, and a 12-inch Raymarine display. No gauges anywhere because they're integrated with the Raymarine display. Heat and air conditioning vents over to the side, I like seeing that. Row of rocker switches just below, and the horn is all the way to the outside, another feature I like to see. Fusion stereo, beverage holder, steering wheel is mounted to a fixed base, ignition's over on the side, the IPS joystick, and then the digital throttle and shift. Zip wake trim tab controller. There's a small rectangular area alongside the seat, great for putting a cell phone, and for that reason, I'd like to see an inductive charger there. Now the seat is 44 inches, so plenty of room for someone else to join the operator at the helm. There's also a full-length flip-up bolster. And notice the angled piece to the footrest. For visibility, huge single-piece windshield. More glass to the sides, small little blind spot over on the right-hand side, but that's easily avoided just by looking from side to side. If I stand behind the helm, I'm 5 feet 8 inches, so there's about 3 inches over my head, so plenty of room for me to stand, but somebody taller may have to open up the sunroof. I'm also looking directly at this piece right here, so unless we get up to speed and bring the bow up, my visibility is blocked. Opening the sunroof, I still can't see over the top, but again, somebody taller than me will be able to. And there's a convenient storage area right next to the helm. Just alongside the steps going into the galley, we have the ship's main electrical panel, 12 volt. Notice it lights when the door is open, and we also have the remote battery switches and ignitions. The Galeon 425S has a length overall of 44 feet, a beam of 12 feet 10 inches, and a draft of 3 feet 5 inches. With an empty weight of 27,400 pounds, 30% fuel, and 2 people on board, we had an estimated test weight of 28,883 pounds. With the twin VOLVO PENTA IPS 500 engines, spun up to 3,600 RPM, our speed topped out at 32.5 knots. Best cruise came in at 3,000 RPM and 24.5 knots. At that speed, the 26.5 gallon per hour fuel burn translated into 0.9 nautical miles per gallon and a range of 209 nautical miles, all while still holding back a 10% reserve of the boat's 251 gallon total fuel capacity. We had a time to plane of 7.1 seconds. We reached 20 miles an hour in 8.4 seconds, and 30 came and went in 16.1 seconds. I found the 425 to be an easy boat to operate, so if you're thinking about moving up from a smaller boat, don't even hesitate. It's such an easy handling boat to drive. I had the zip wake trim tabs put on auto, so I let them do the work of keeping us in a nice running attitude, and they worked out really nicely. A couple of people moving from side to side while we were on plane caused the boat to just list from one side to the other a little bit, but just a turn on the zip wake control got that straightened out. Now, like any IPS boat, she's slow to turn. The pods just don't have a big throw angle when they're at speed. If you slow down, then the throw ends up going a little bit further. Point being, cruising speed, she'll make a nice wide turn, no sharp turns at all. It's not going to happen. It takes about 40 seconds to make a 180-degree turn at cruise speed, and she'll do it in about 6, maybe 7 boat lengths. That's just an estimate. Coming back into the dock, the joystick was dialed in perfectly. I just brought it back in, got the momentum up, and then I used the stick side to side to just nudge us back and forth, keeping us centered in the slip. And that's how I brought her in nice and neatly and with surgical precision. Probably the only thing I regret about this evaluation is that we didn't have heavy winds to put this thing through, because Galeons are so well known for how good they handle in rough conditions. But it is what it is. We still had nice handling characteristics as expected. And that's my full performance evaluation and sea trial of the 425 HTS from Galeon. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.